About 20 years ago, Shahana moved to Navi Mumbai, a twin city planned around the 1970s to escape the chaos of living in a metropolis like Mumbai. She hoped for a life free from daily struggles of traffic, noise, and water scarcity. But the last few years have served as a rude shock for the 56-year-old. Her residential complex has been facing severe water cuts, sometimes lasting more than 48 hours at a stretch.
The last 3-4 years, like I was mentioning, there has been water crunches and it has been erratic. So, like I said, days on end there will be nothing, and then suddenly for 2 days, 3 days, water won't come, and then there is a scramble to call in water tankers to reduce the number of hours we get water supply. And there have been times when we've had water supply for like maybe just an hour a day, or just an hour in the evening.
With no clear explanation behind these frequent water cuts, Shahana decided to find out for herself. She soon learned that an AI data center industry, a highly water-intensive business, was rapidly developing barely 10 kilometers from her apartment.
When I read, and the data centers require potable water, which is they require water that is of drinking quality that we get in our homes, which means they will, if they come up here, and I recently read that they will possibly come up in Navi Mumbai, even as close as Airoli, and I was horrified.
In the last 10 years, more than 15 large-scale data centers have come up across Navi Mumbai. Most of these are global hubs for cloud computing services. But in recent years, they have also rapidly expanded into back-end services for running AI applications across the world. It is a known fact that these tech hubs are using a lot of energy to run their servers to handle the millions of information data processed by their machines. Enormous amounts of water are consequently being used to cool down these high-powered machines. And now, with AI as the new dimension of information processing, these machines require more water than ever before. We might not realize it, but every time we ask an AI chatbot a question, a data center is forced to guzzle water to cool down their servers. An image requires substantially more, and a video requires dramatically more than an image. In the past 7 years, water demand in Navi Mumbai has gone up from 350 million litres per day to 460 million litres. But what's not clear is where this excess demand will be filled from.
We already lack clean sanitation, clean drinking water for everyone. And then you have something like this stuck on your nose, because even when you don't want it, without any kind of public consultation, public agreement. Why should I let that in my backyard happen, knowing 5 years down the line, people in this very region will not have drinking water?
Nearly 600 million people live in high water-stressed regions in India. The country is home to about 18% of the world's population, but it has access to only 4% of global freshwater resources. This water crisis, experts warn, is expected to be felt more acutely in the coming years by urban populations.
When we look at cities, this report already states that 21 major cities, including Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and many others, are expected to deplete the groundwater resources by 2020. So we are past that. And we already have heard of Chennai facing day zero, Bangalore facing day zero. So these are data points which are not just in theory, but are actually coming to pass, that we are seeing cities where they have large areas of the city which are not able to receive water supply anymore.
Ironically, many of these water-stressed cities are also emerging as new destinations for fast-growing AI data center industry in India. But first, what are these data centers? These are large buildings filled with powerful servers that store, manage, and process enormous volumes of digital information, the computational backbone needed to generate AI outputs. Running 24/7, these automated systems power the software and applications that give us those answers we look for in nanoseconds. But what makes India such a popular global choice for developing these data centers?
That was the issue. Platform is ready now.
Vipin Jain, president of Control.S Data Center, explains.
See, if we see India, there are two key important points we have to always remember. The first thing is where all the submarine cables are landing through which India connects to the rest of the world. And today, 95% of that capacity lands either in Mumbai or in Chennai. And then if you connect Mumbai and Chennai on a line of, through a ruler, then you will see Pune and Hyderabad comes on that line. That is where Hyderabad, Pune have become the next important choices for people to put data centers, because from there you can connect east side as well as west side. So if you are in Hyderabad, you can connect through Bombay to the Europe and Eastern Americas, and from the other side through Chennai you can connect to the West America and the South Asia.
If we go by projections, India's data center capacity, now at 1 gigawatt, is expected to increase to 8 gigawatts by 2030, making it the largest data center hub in Asia. This not only means intense pressure on the country's water resources, but also on its energy usage.
One single simple query that we give to Google versus we give it to, let's say, AI system consumes 50 times more power than a simple, let's say, browser based query. So the power requirements are going to go humongous, and today very less people are using it. As everyone starts using it and every application start linking to it, I think we are looking for a huge amount of power to be drawn by these systems, and that is where the real challenges starts coming up.
A recent environmental study by a US-based university highlighted the water footprint of AI models used by ChatGPT, one of the most popular AI applications in the world. It says that for every 10 to 50 prompts on the app, 500 ml of water gets consumed by their machines in the back end.
So we have studies again from global practices which tell us that large data centers would consume upwards of 15 million liters a day.
And not just any water, but high-quality potable water to prevent corrosion or microbial buildup in their machines.
They do need high-quality water. But unlike a lot of other technological industries, this is much more water dependent and much more water guzzling, because the water is primarily needed for cooling. And that's a constant process. It's not that you can cool for a certain amount and not for all of the time. So I would say that the challenge is twofold. One is that the city supply and therefore city inhabitants are already going to feel that pressure of conflict with water. But the data center themselves are going to face these fluctuations of water scarcity, and therefore which may impact their business and operational standards.
Navi Mumbai is already in the throes of this conflict. Currently, the primary source of water for the city is the Morbi Dam. Clearly not enough to meet a burgeoning demand, the city municipal office admits.
डेवलपमेंट होने से वो तो है, अपना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अगर उसको सफिशिएंट नहीं है तो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. बट अभी रीडेवलपमेंट के वर्क्स है या कहाँ पे भी एडिशनल डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, तो उसके लिए हमने फिर अभी मास्टर प्लान बनाया, वाटर सप्लाई का पूरा मास्टर प्लान बनाया कि फ्यूचर का हमने पूरा 2055 तक कितना अपना सिटी का पॉपुलेशन होने वाला है, उसके लिए फिर क्या इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लगेगा.
A part of the new water management plan is to make resource-intensive industries like AI data centers use treated wastewater, or what is called grey water. This is also made available at a cheaper cost than potable water.
क्योंकि MIDC के साथ हमने 40 ml ट्रीटेड वाटर यूज़ करने का MOU किया है, प्लस उसके साथ में जो बड़े बड़े डेटा सेंटर है, जिससे कि हमने अभी कंट्रोलेस उनका डिमांड 20 ml का डिमांड आया है हमको ट्रीटेड वाटर का, तो उनके साथ भी हमने MOU किया है।
Control S, the largest data center in Navi Mumbai, is one of the few companies to have opted for grey water usage.
Control S has gone one step ahead, not just solving the water problem, but how do you use the wastewater recycling. So what Control S is doing is it is partnering with the government in using that treated water or the grey water into our data centers and then improve the PUE, which is the power usage efficiency for the data center, and in turn use less of power. A lot of our customers are very surprised and seeing such kind of initiative from Control S, working very closely with government, getting the grey water delivered up to the premises, then using it and solving multiple things from an environmental point of view.
Companies like Control S, however, are few and far between. The government recommendation to use recycled water has been met with considerable resistance within the industry.
इनिशियली तो चैलेंजिंग था, नेटवर्क करना, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर करना, वो तो ठीक है, वो इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट लोगों को कन्विंस करना कि ये वाटर यूज़ करे, ट्रीटेड वाटर यूज़ करे, तो वो चैलेंज था पहले। बहुत सारे लोग तैयार नहीं हो रहे थे कि इसका मतलब ये कितना यूज़फुल है, इससे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो जाए। तो ये हमने जब MOU बनाया तो उसमें हमने ट्रीटमेंट क्या रहेगा, तो पैरामीटर उनसे हमने फिक्स किए हुए कि पैरामीटर ए पैरामीटर के हमारा ट्रीटेड वाटर आ जाएगा, जो कि उसका यूज़ करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। तो वहाँ पे उसको सबसे टेस्टिंग करके हमने लिया हुआ है, MPCB वगैरह ये जो अथॉरिटीज़ है उनसे टेस्ट करके, और फिर वो क्वालिटी का आउटलेट हम पानी उनको देते हैं।
Globally, AI companies are refuting the accusation of being a water-guzzling industry. Recently, ChatGPT claimed that their water consumption for every query generated on their app was less than a teaspoon, but there is still no data available on their water footprint. Experts believe that the absence of any stringent policy regulations makes it doubly difficult to monitor the industry's water consumption. Many data centers, including Control S, that seems to have a sustainability plan in place, are still unwilling to declare their water consumption numbers in the public domain.
The largest issue with not having data around the water consumption that a data center is, taking up is that we are therefore unable to plan better. With every industry and with every technology that we have, there is a movement towards making it more efficient. We have seen it with our power sector, where there's a whole movement towards reducing water dependency of our thermal power plants, of different types of power plants. And all of that is really lacking if data centers, water consumption and resource consumption numbers are not made public and transparent.
A recent report suggests that the annual global water footprint of AI data centers will cross 1,000 billion litres by 2028. In India, where projections show that 40% of its cities might run out of drinking water by 2030, it is hard to imagine what the future impact of a water-intensive industry is likely to be.
When we have fluctuations in the water supply of the city, what does that mean for data centers? What does that mean for the data security and functioning of systems reliant on the data center? I think these are all good questions to be asking, which we are not doing, and therefore it's a bit of an alarming state that we are in.
If you are going to use public land near residential areas, it makes sense, not only sense, it is mandatory that you take the people there into confidence and in consultation and in participation.
Thanks for watching Eco India. If you like the story, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Scroll.in on YouTube.